Hey, it's me again, Lawrence Korey, native New Yorker. Tonight, I'm on the subway. The New York City subway is comprised of an expansive and elaborate system of underground tunnels that connect the entire city, servicing some 5.7 million riders per day. It runs incredibly efficiently, rarely having complications or delays. Common question I get is, what happens when you get hungry on those long and fruitless commutes, which can last upwards of 16 hours? Well, unfortunately for you, eating of any kind on the subway is strictly prohibited. In fact, even drinking liquids on the subway is highly illegal. When I was working for the volunteer police force of New York, I was selected for my grit and natural charisma. I was tasked with enforcing the rule of underground law, a dangerous and important job reserved only for someone with my level of expertise and strong background in ethics. During my patrol, I encountered a civilian who was in possession of a water bottle. I approached cautiously and asked calmly that the water bottle be handed over. Get down on the ground! Surrender! Submit! When the civilian broke down in tears and whimpers, I identified it as a threat, and at once I flew into a fit of boundless rage. Decisively, as I had been instructed by my commandant, yanked her from her wheelchair and threw her to the filthy subway floor, which, considering that she was a quadriplegic, completely and successfully incapacitated her. At this point, I pried the train doors open and hurled with all my might her wheelchair onto the dark tracks. Then I made her watch as sparks and flames illuminated the indelible image of an unstoppable oncoming train, obliterating her sole means of mobility. Luckily, several dozen other officers boarded the train soon after and assisted me in brutally beating her senseless in front of a group of appalled bystanders, which included 6 of her grandchildren and 17 of her great-grandchildren. Oh, and the silliest thing was, it turned out the bottle was empty. She had merely picked it up from the floor and was planning to throw it out. Litter is a real problem in New York City. But she wasn't able to communicate that to me or the other officers because she actually already had lost her power of speech and been rendered a vegetable decades earlier when she inadvertently tumbled down 72 flights of stairs. Interestingly, though, this was a separate incident from the one that caused her full-body paralysis. I learned all this at the station the next day from one of her great-great-grandchildren not present on the train that day. The next day, he was gracious enough to invite me to his great-great-grandmother's funeral. The autopsy was inconclusive, but I wasn't able to make it. I already had other plans that day.